Hey, a portion of this video is brought to you by our sponsor today, Uplift Standing Desk. Stick around for an offer from them that is exclusive to you in the audience. What is next?
Donald Trump is, I guess, having some wins in court, which is unfortunate, but he is still, his attorneys are in court today for specifically the hush money case. And there has been a date scheduled. So the New York judge scheduled an April 15th trial date for Donald Trump's hush money case. But some controversy happened in the courtroom because Donald Trump's attorneys accused the prosecutors in this case of essentially prosecutorial misconduct.
We're getting live updates from inside the courtroom, and it's actually getting quite testy in there, where the judge has just raised his voice for the first time as he is pressing Trump's legal team about what is a pretty extraordinary allegation that they are making against the district attorney's office.
That's right. They have accused the district attorney's office of professional misconduct, prosecutorial misconduct. They've even suggested that they should be sanctioned. And the judge said, look, that's a, quote, incredibly serious, unbelievably serious accusation. Not only are you accusing the prosecutor's office of misconduct, but you're also trying to make me, the judge, complicit in it. And he pressed the Trump legal team to come up with some case law, some specifics to support this allegation. Because the reason we're here today for this hearing and not for the first day of the trial is that federal prosecutors handed over 100,000 documents. Now, that was not the Manhattan district attorney that did that. Those are federal prosecutors. So the judge here is pressing the Trump attorneys on why you can accuse the Manhattan District Attorney's Office of prosecutorial misconduct because the Justice Department didn't hand something over. Now, the Trump attorneys argue that the district attorney's office should have pushed for these documents themselves. They should have asked for these specific materials, and they're having a pretty intense exchange now with the judge. Now, again, this is the first time the judge has really raised his voice, saying the fact that they don't even have any case law to support this very serious accusation is, quote, really disconcerting. So our colleagues tell us that the judge, Judge Juan Merchan, he has been pretty level throughout the hearing, but he's gotten a lot more animated. And it's interesting because this shows that he is not going to tolerate just these throwaway accusations that someone is corrupt, right, or that they're engaging in misconduct. And he is holding their feet to the fire, asking for actual proof, support, case law for this accusation. So this is significant and maybe a preview of how the judge will handle this trial.
So this shows also that the tactics that Donald Trump uses on social media, on the campaign trail, the lies that he gets to spew, the radical takes that he has, that doesn't work in court. And so his attorneys can try to say, you know, they're engaging in prosecutorial misconduct. They didn't get us all these documents in time. And then the judge is like, well, if you had a problem here, you should have come and said that you had a problem before now.
Right.
And he's not going to let them get away with these attempts to delay, because that's all that they're doing. They, as much as possible, want to try to delay these cases from starting.
It's nice to hear that the judge is getting aggressive enough to raise his voice, demanding evidence. If you're going to make a claim, you got to bring evidence. You can't just come and run your mouth making accusations without doing so. Donald Trump did get a pretty big gift from the New York State Appellate Court today.
Yeah.
He was given 10 extra days to come up with the bond, and that bond is no longer $474 million. It is now, because of the gift they gave him, $175 billion.
Well, Vlad and Chanel, this is a significant win, you could call it, for former President Trump, although it just grants him a bit more breathing room and it reduces the amount of money he would need to put up as he continues to insist that he's innocent. Just to recap for everyone, this is the civil fraud trial which claimed that the Trump Organization, that's Donald Trump, his sons Eric and Don Jr., as well as Alan Weisselberg and others, inaccurately and fraudulently submitted documents, banking statements as it relates to Donald Trump's net worth and the value of his properties. We all know Trump Tower. It includes 40 Wall Street and many others as well. Now, a judge already ruled that over the course of many years, Trump and his associates had overestimated their value by the billions, almost $2 billion. And in the judgment was that former President Trump had to pay at least $460 million by today in order to continue his appeal. Now, what's just happened here in the last few moments is that a New York appeals court has granted Trump's request to stay that judgment, meaning pause it, put it on hold as he continues, and he's already communicated this publicly, to struggle to get the cash on hand or to get surety companies, which facilitate getting the cash on hand, for him. This New York appeals court has reduced the amount that Trump would need to put up from $464 million down to $175 million, and they've given him now a week plus 10 more days to give that money over to the state effectively as he continues his appeal. So all of that unfolding in just the last few minutes, and separately behind me, the courthouse behind me, is where a judge is listening to both legal teams as it relates to a hush money payment from Donald Trump to a pornographic actress before the 2016 election. So that's what's just unfolded here, Vlad and Chanel, in just the last few minutes.
So this is just another case of a rich white dude with a bunch of power and a bunch of access to power and a bunch of money being given a second chance, being treated differently than anybody else in the criminal justice system. When he's talking about giving Donald Trump breathing room, it's not just a time breathing room that they're giving him. It is the amount of the bond, which means he has to put up less, which means it's increasing his chances of securing a bond from a surety company, from an insurance company, from a bond company. It gives him a lot more ability to work within a framework that shouldn't be given to him.
Absolutely.
He's committed a bunch of crimes. He's been found liable for the fraud. And now they're just like, oh, but let's give him as much time and as much benefit of the doubt as we can. And why? He has not proven himself worthy of that second chance.
And that's what's frustrating, because Attorney General Letitia James was set to start seizing his assets today.
Right.
Because he can't come up with the money. And no one else would be given this kind of leeway or consideration. And you even have people arguing, to be expected, that this is a win for Trump if you start seizing his assets, that it's only going to help him in the election. It's like, listen, there's right and wrong, and there's being held accountable, and that should happen regardless of what you think the impact is going to be on his MAGA supporters. He needs to be held accountable. This is the judgment. This is how things go when you are, in this situation, and he should face the consequences. So it is a bummer that it's another win for him. But as you just heard that laid out, like he's standing in front of the courtroom, that reporter talking about how his attorneys are in there for an unrelated case to what he's talking about right now.
Right,
it's the hush
just
money.
another case they're dealing with.
Right, the hush money trial. And what a remarkable situation we're in, that this is the Republican presidential candidate who is trying to juggle his various court appearances, trying to come up with the money for his bond, worried about getting his properties seized. I mean, is anyone else just in shock that we're in this position? It's wild.
That Donald Trump is the worst of the two evils, not the lesser. Anyway, we'd love to know what you think. All jokes aside, 657-464-7609 is our voicemail number. You can leave a brief, fewer than 3-minute voicemail there. You can also email a voice memo or a regular old-fashioned email to idoubtit@dollemore.com. In this increasingly technological world that we live, we only seem to spend more time hunched over our gadgets, legs pretzeled and twisted and backs arched, staring at the almighty screen. We are better than this. We need to stand up for ourselves, improve our bodies and our brains.
That's why Jesse and I changed to an Uplift standing desk. Standing while prepping the show has completely improved our efficiency by amplifying our focus and boosting the flow of ideas and blood circulation. Studies have shown using a standing desk can also increase your energy and lower your risk of disease. Your health and work deserve a raise.
Go to upliftdesk.com/IDoubtIt and use code IDoubtIt at checkout to get 5% off and take your fitness and productivity to new heights. Raising standing desk. With over 6,000 5-star Google reviews, we're not the only satisfied customers. The New York Times Wirecutter has chosen Uplift Desk as their standing desk of choice for 5 years running.
Since Uplift desks are super stable, you can switch between sitting and standing configurations with the single tap of a button. And there's more than 100 desktop styles and tons of accessories to choose from, including 4 for free with every desk purchase. Uplift Desk also offers a 15-year warranty, free shipping, and free returns with free return shipping.
Are you ready to prioritize your health and productivity? Move more with Uplift Desk. Head to upliftdesk.com/IDoubtIt or just click the link below to score 5% off of your first purchase when you use code IDoubtIt at checkout. Work better, live healthier with Uplift Desk.